Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 or Dragon Ball Online? Comment down below what you guys think this game is going to be. Whatever happens at the end of the day, it definitely seems like a successor to both video game franchises. We're going to go ahead and break down the trailer and literally pinpoint everything. It does seem heavily based off the Xenoverse series. We'll get to all that momentarily. And I know it's literally called the project title Age 1000, and Dragon Ball Online does take place during that age. Xenoverse 1 takes place during age 850, and Xenoverse 2 takes place 2 years later after that, age 852, right? But if this is a Xenoverse 3, I mean, it could technically take place 150 years after Xenoverse 2, why not? Or maybe they just time traveled over to age 1000, because that's what they do. They travel through time. So Xenoverse 3 or Dragon Ball Online, whatever it is, it's going to be great at the end of the day. I'm actually looking forward to this game. You guys should be as well. Most likely going to be a very well-made MMORPG style. I mean, that's what Dragon Ball Online was. Xenoverse 2, more of the 3D fighting game genre, but with some elements taken from Dragon Ball Online, like the characters, Time Patrol Trunks, Samira, Toa, the MMO/RPG elements they used as well. So before we break down the trailer, let's go over here to the official Dragon Ball Games Twitter page. They just revealed a bit of extra information, announcing a new Dragon Ball game project, Age 1000, set for 2027. Ooh, we don't know when. Could be early 2027 or late. We basically have to wait a year and a half, pretty much. A new world and new characters brought to life by Akira Toriyama, the legend. The latest updates will be unveiled at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2026 in the US on April 18th through the 19th. Stay tuned for more information. Also, stay tuned to the channel because we're going to be covering this game every day. Even though when there's no information, we're covering the game. So going over here to their other post, unveiling a never-before-seen original character designed by Akira Toriyama. Dude, he literally just created his very own CAC, custom character. Let's go. Of course, the mascot is for the upcoming video game project, Age 1000. The latest updates, again, Battle Hour 2026. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be the longest 3 months ever. But if we go ahead and enlarge this image, it basically just recaps the information we just read. The third paragraph, however, does say, and that's not all, the Age 1000 project will introduce even more unique characters as the adventure unfolds. So that's something to look out for as well. So let's now go over to the trailer itself. When I first saw this, I was conflicted. One, it reminded me of Xenoverse. Two, didn't necessarily know what I was looking at, but he's definitely a time patroller. I mean, he has to be, with the Capsule Corporation logo, the Great Saiyaman color theme, even says GS on the back of his uniform. It's crazy stuff. So there he is. He does look kind of cool, not going to lie. And hopefully, you know, this is like the starting outfit for the CACs, because if it is, it's not bad, right? There's some style to it. Now, it does say GS right there on his left shoulder, or maybe it says G5, but I do think it's GS, you know, which maybe stands for Great Saiyaman, which, by the way, real quick, if you guys don't know, there's this one mission, I believe. Shoutouts to this person for dropping it down below in the comments. But the Future Warrior, Time Patroller, whatever you want to call him, he has many names. He actually goes by Great Saiyaman 3 in one of the missions. And then I double-checked the Dragon Ball Wiki page, and right there, tons of different aliases. We have Great Saiyan Noob, Great Saiyaman 3. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if we go back to the trailer, this could be Great Saiyaman 7, because he does have the number 7 on his right shoulder. The left says GS, which again, I'm assuming stands for Great Saiyaman, right there on the back as well. And then, boom, number 7. It's a possibility, right? Now, if we go over to the other different types of Dragon Ball games, like Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, I'm sure you guys know of Great Saiyaman 3. So Saiyaman 1, obviously Gohan. Great Saiyaman 2, Videl. Pretty straightforward. Great Saiyaman 3, this character from World Missions, and I believe the person underneath the mask is Xeno Trunks, or like a different version of Trunks. And there's also a Great Saiyaman 4, who I believe is the main protagonist you play in World Missions, right? The character, his name is Beats. So what I'm trying to say is there are multiple Great Saiyamans out there. Since he has the GS and number 7, that's just something that came to mind. Now, another interesting theory that I have, since the Time Patroller sometimes goes by Great Saiyaman 3, and this obviously takes place during age 852, what if Great Saiyaman 4, 5, and 6 are in between age 852 and age 1000? And then once we do get to age 1000, that's where Great Saiyaman 7 comes in, right? Another cool idea right there. But he definitely has to be a Time Patroller, whether it's Time Patroller for the Xenoverse 3 or Dragon Ball Online 2. Every single Xenoverse 2 player knows this is where you press start, customize your character, add attribute points, change the supers, ultimates, add super souls, customize the aesthetics, outfits, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But in this case, he's quite literally pulling up training mode. He teleports himself over to this training regiment program type thing. I do like the cyborg enemies that we have there. I think they're kind of cool as well. And just like any other Time Patroller, they learn cast character skill attacks, correct? So we have the Super Dragon Flight from Teen Gohan. We have the typical, I guess that could be Sledgehammer, right? We have, I even called this one out during the reaction trailer. He's doing the 360 spin kick that Gogeta used against DBS Broly, right? Boom. First I said Bardock because Bardock also does a spinning lariat technique, something similar to that, but I corrected myself. It's from Gogeta. And then this move, I'm assuming the Change the Future attack from Future Trunks, right? When he did that point blank against Android 18. And he's done with training. Some other Time Patroller, I'm assuming, pulls up. He does look like Goku, not going to lie. We do see his face at the end of this trailer here, but the shoes, very different. And then this part is where it gets a bit strange, but it kind of looks like he's time traveling, at least I'm assuming, because again, Xenoverse 2 players, you guys know story missions, the loading screens. When you go to the next scenario, whatever, we go through this blue time rift, or when you teleport to a different location. It looks something similar to this. You know what I mean? Except we have the plus ultra power boost, multiple colors flying around. Now, we do have a ton of the cast characters, which I'm assuming is just the different sagas. So we have Piccolo. Oh wait, I thought it showed Piccolo already. There he is, Piccolo from the 23rd World Tournament arc. Then we're leading straight into Z with Frieza. I don't know why they skipped Vegeta Scouter. Future Trunks, Android Saga, Cell, Kid Buu, Battle of Gods, DBS Broly, Superhero Gohan, and there's Vegeta right there. That's probably why they didn't include Scouter Vegeta, because they have him at the end. And then Goku, I guess. It looks like Goku, same hair. Well, it is slightly different. There he is, about to go up against the mascot himself. And then we see him transform into Super Saiyan. Let's go with the hair spiked up. So if it is Xenoverse 3, that's a cool feature, because Xenoverse 2, when you transform, your hair does not spike up at all. It's the same base hairstyle. And that's pretty much it. Age 1000, Dragon Ball Online. So another theory that I have, maybe this is not technically a sequel to Dragon Ball Online, because if we go over here and read the description for the original game, Dragon Ball Online, also known as DBO, The official MMO shut down its Asian servers in 2013 due to management issues and failure to launch globally, but its legacy lives on through dedicated fans with the private servers like Dragon Ball Online Global. There's a whole bunch of different versions of Dragon Ball Online. There's like Dragon Ball Omega, Dragon Ball Zenkai that we have here. I actually kind of want to try this out someday now just because we have the sequel, I guess. But as I was saying, maybe it's not necessarily Dragon Ball Online 2. What if they're just trying to revive it and bring it back with the concept? Obviously, it's going to be very different because it's 2026, so the visuals, graphics, gameplay, features, mechanics, all that stuff will be 10 times better. But again, just reviving it, bringing back the concept, if you will, MMO style Dragon Ball game. And that's what this very well could be. Or I guess it could classify as a sequel. I'm just throwing out ideas. So yeah, that's basically it. I am looking forward to this game. We're going to keep dropping info videos, keeping you guys up to date. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace!